windows up. This thing is loud as hell. Oh my goodness. That was actually the first time I no lift shifted this thing. Hey, this thing moves out no lift shifting. I lifted, well, I no lift shifted that 2.3, but then I lifted that 3.4 just because it sometimes can be finicky. I gotta get a little bit more proficient with the no lift shifting, but god damn. This thing moves out pretty good with the no lift shift. I was not prepared for that. It was the first time I've actually ever no lift shifted this car. Oh my goodness. I didn't take it up all the way too. Right there, that was coming up hot on too. Damn. Hey, look, this is stock tune as well. I know this is gonna be way better with the tune, but yeah, that no lift shift on the stock tune is something else. It's still kind of sketch though. You can still kind of feel the slight rev hang. With the tune, that'll be gone. Oh, come on, you dumb motherfucker. I hope I get my headers in time before 2K. If not, then I'm probably just gonna have X-Pipe, E85, JLT, which would be decent, you know what I'm saying? I have some fun with that. It is what it is. Let me roll up my windows right now so you guys hear what I'm saying. Now, for those of you guys who be tracking your GT350s, and for those of you guys who be running these cars really hard, do you guys no lift shift all the time when you guys are driving it? Because theoretically, I don't really plan on no lift shifting it, especially if I'm like gonna be tracking and when I'm actually just obviously taking it to Mexico and getting some rolls in. I really don't actually plan on no lift shifting, like rolling the car at like 8250. I'm always gonna be lifting, just for the fact that this car is significantly easier to drive fast at high RPMs and bang the gears than the 2-valve. It's just the ergonomic of the whole interior. I mean, I can go through literally all the gears without moving my arm. In that car, you have to legit roll the gears. And this one, you can bang the gears, if you know what I'm saying. There's a huge difference between banging the gears and rowing gears. And I mean, look at that. Just foot on the clutch, boom, 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 boom. You just bang it. In the other car, I'd have to literally row it. So I do plan on just going ahead and lifting. when I do be actually taking this car, you know, 8250, 2, 3, 4. But for those of you who just no lift shift it and don't care, let me know. I mean, this car still has the stock clutch, so that also is kind of a concern. I know it comes stock with a twin disc, but it's not like a twin disc that can hold, like, you know, 600-700 horsepower. Well, technically I know people who have done it, but I know for a fact they don't be driving their cars like that, even with boost. I do. So on the stock clutch, I think I'm still gonna be lifting at those high RPMs. But the no lift shift feature so far with the stock tune, it's actually not that bad. There's a tad bit of rev hang, but again, an easy tune would just go ahead and get that cleaned up. But it's not bad. It's a lot better than I thought. I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was gonna be kind of incredibly finicky, but it was pretty smooth. This is like the only car that I've actually truly tried to no lift shift in. I've tried it in the BRZ once, just from a second to third. It worked pretty well, but again, that transmission is like glass. Especially for the boost level that I'm running. I know, like, probably first try, if I were to do like a 3-4, I'm going to literally blow that trans up, which I have a spare, but at the same time, it's like, I'm not really trying to blow that trans up. So yeah, but the 2-valve, I never tried to no lift shift it. That car was kind of weird. It's very difficult to drive that car fast, hard, you know, if you know what I mean, as opposed to this. It's crazy, man. I don't think this car had... Part of me should think this thing has like an X-pipe on it, or at least a resonator delete. Like, I looked under the car, it's got the Ford shit on it, I know that, but maybe it has like a Ford like resonator delete, because I know you could get that from the R and just put on this car. So I wouldn't be surprised if the previous owner did that. I don't know. It sounds a little bit too good to be stock. About to hit these corners. Love it, man. Ah, damn. There's not even no active rev match. My car don't even come with that. Still hitting that shit. Going back to the stock knob made a huge difference too. This car is so much more smooth with the stock knob. I'm telling you guys this right now. If you have a GT350, a GT350R, and you plan on changing the knob, or maybe you bought one used like I did that had like a different knob, put the stock one back on. I'm telling you, it's so much better. You guys can probably tell just how quickly I can shift this compared to when I had the ball on here that came from factory, or the factory option ball. Just get the stock one, like the, I don't know what you would call this, like the cylinder style knob. This is the shit right here. I'm telling you that right now. So much easier to drive the car. So much easier to drive the car. You guys can probably tell the difference. Like, I can drive this car a lot faster than I can the 2-valve. The FRS, I can bang the shit out the gears in that car because that clutch is so light and that gearbox is so light. This is a slightly heavier gearbox, but it feels good though, because obviously the car makes more power, more torque, higher RPM. It has to be beefier, but you can just go like, that 2-valve. That's the thing about the 2-valve, man. Like, 2-valve was fun, don't get me wrong, but it was a damn chore to drive that car. Even with the T56, I don't even know if that would have made a difference, because like just the ergonomic of that shit, like, this is just, no wonder people just get in the newer shit, man. Like, I was never an S550 bandwagoner, I'm still not, but like, I can't deny, man, that newer tech, it really does make people just go ahead and just jump ship. It really does. I get why, and kind of why I did. I get why. Like, people always like to say, oh, the older cars are so slow, you know, whatnot, but like, just from having that 2-valve and jumping into this car, I actually, you know, sat in my buddy's S550 before. He had the MT82, but just sitting in it and banging gears, I mean, people like to say like, oh, you know, MT82 cars are so impressive, T56 cars are so impressive. In an S550, I mean, these, like, they literally drive themselves. Like, driving this compared to the 2-valve is literally night and day. Like, anybody can drive this shit. I'll be honest with you. Not everybody can drive an older Mustang. Like, if somebody has a fast stick shift Cobra, they can drive. You know what I'm saying? They can fucking drive. That's impressive. Even if it is a second slower. I'll take an 8-second, or I should say this, I'll take a 10-second Cobra over an 8-second, you know, Turbo 400 car any day. So I can guarantee you that fella in that Turbo 400 car could not run a 10 with a manual. I can guarantee you that. Maybe I'm stretching a little bit, but you manual guys know it's not hard. It's a completely different ball game, banging gears at high RPM, going fast. Completely different ball game. Completely different ball game.